The United States Supreme Court decision in Grants Pass versus Johnson has now allowed cities to cite people for sleeping in public, regardless of if they have access to shelter. Save Austin Now co-founder Matt Makowiak is celebrating the decision, saying it's a step to solve Austin's homeless crisis.
Allowing open camping in our major cities is good for no one.
This decision comes when Austin's homeless population is among the highest it's ever been. Austin Echo says last year, 2,300 people were homeless in the city, a number experts say continues to grow.
There's an emerging consensus that camping is a disaster.
Rachel Schuyler agrees camping is a disaster. After being homeless for over a decade, she experienced it firsthand.
There was somebody that would drive around my tent when I lived up under the bridge, and they would throw cigarette butts at our tent, and they caught my neighbor's tent on fire and burned everything.
Rachel says she was living in a tent because it was her only option. Now she calls a hotel her home for the meantime.
I'm working 3 part-time jobs. My husband's working a full-time job as a manager, and we can't afford the rent.
Austin Mutual Aid has helped Rachel access resources on her journey to escape homelessness. Sasha Rose with the organization says criminalizing people like Rachel doesn't solve the homeless crisis, but even strains the court systems.
It makes getting housing all the much harder, and it supports the prison pipeline. If I can't make you to somehow make an income and afford housing, then I'm going to make you sit in a prison and make me money. It's an industrial complex that really isn't working.
The decision is called Grants Pass v. Johnson, and in it, the justices ruled that the city of Grants Pass, Oregon, could fine people for sleeping in public. This is just the latest development in what has been a 5-year legal battle over public camping here in Austin.
What's your response to the Supreme Court's decision on public camping this morning?
I feel firmly that the Supreme Court's decision related to homeless camping reaffirms the decision that was overwhelmingly brought forward by voters in May of 2021.
District 6 Council member Mackenzie Kelly rose to prominence with her stance that public camping was bad for the city. She was elected to City Council in 2020, the year after City Council overturned an existing camping ban.
While it was well-intentioned, I don't believe it was executed properly. The city at that time did not have the resources to fully grasp the brevity of the situation at hand.
City Council member Vanessa Fuentes is an outspoken advocate for people experiencing homelessness in the city of Austin. Today, she said in a statement, quote, "The Supreme Court's decision in Grants Pass v. Johnson is a grave misstep that will lead only to more abuse and dehumanization of our unhoused community," unquote.
This now gives, I think, new momentum to the common sense view that we cannot have open camping in our city. It violates state law. It violates city ordinance. It's bad for the homeless. It's bad for tourism. It's bad for public safety. And it's bad for public health.
Matt Makowiak spearheaded the organized movement to reinstate the camping ban as a founder of Save Austin Now. Save Austin Now filed a lawsuit against the city over its enforcement of the reinstated camping ban.
It's hard to make predictions about courts and about lawsuits. That said, I do believe it will give us new momentum. I think there's a chance that the third Court of Appeals has been sitting on our lawsuit right now, awaiting this ruling from the Supreme Court.
There are a number of resources here in Austin for people who are experiencing homelessness, including 7 emergency shelters, outreach services, and more. We're going to have a link to the city's list of those resources on our website, cbsaustin.com. Reporting at City Hall, Adelia Uchida, CBS Austin News.
Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and get the latest news by downloading the CBS Austin News app.